Hey guys, Chris here from Where Wild Ones Roam. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are adding subfloor to our toy hauler garage. If you missed our last video where we leveled that all out, you can see that. I'll link that above and below so you can catch that. Also today we are going to show you how we are implementing a new product in order to add the subfloor to our garage toy hauler space in order to add insulation as well as leveling out the entire garage floor so we don't feel any of the struts. Since we're not using this as a garage, we're using it as a bedroom. So let's dive in and I'll show you exactly what we're going to be doing. So since we're in quarantine still here in Virginia, we thought we would take up some of our long-term projects that we have been putting on hold, and since we have the time to complete those projects now, we decided to opt in for that. So the toy hauler is getting the full subfloor, and we can't wait for that to be finished so we can kind of finish out the entire space. Okay, so here's what we're working with. We picked up these tiles from Home Depot. They are 2x2, so 2 foot by 2 foot square tiles. They have an OBS front on them, and on the back they're fitted with foam insulation. So they are connected through a tongue and groove kind of method, so it fits really nice and snug, and we match them for the amount of floor space that we have back here in our toy hauler garage. So let me show you kind of where this is going so you have a better idea of how these will fit into our space. Alright, so here's what we're working with. We have one tile placed down in the corner, and you can see it's going directly onto the garage floor. Andy's going to place a second tile down so you can kind of see how they will fit together. We have pulled back the temporary rug that came with the toy hauler so that we can work on the raw floor of the garage space. So Andy's going to tap it in. And that's how they'll fit together. So yeah, this is what we're going to work on, and we're going to continue doing this until the entire floor is fitted. Alright, so at this point we have fitted the tiles all the way across. Our garage fits 4 of these 2x2s all the way across, and now we are working on the second row. At this point, what we're going to do, Andy is going to cut a couple of tiles in half so that we can have alternating seams along the edges. And then that way it provides a better fit and reduces the possibility of our floor buckling during travel. When our floor is complete, we will have about a ½ inch on each side, which is great because that will allow for a little bit of flexibility during travel. Since the whole rig shakes and moves, you don't want to have something that's too tight of a fit, or else you will run the risk of buckling, and that's just never fun, especially when you have a full carpet on top or tiles on top, whatever you do on top. So that's where we are at this point. I'll take you out back. Alright, so here you can see that Andy is buckling these down. He's going to cut them in half, and we'll have a couple of half pieces to use. So here's what we were talking about when we said we were going to be alternating our seams. You can see that Andy has cut the half piece now, and we have placed it in and tapped it in. So now we have alternating seams with a half piece, and then now we're going to install the full piece, and we'll continue this pattern all the way across the second row. When it comes to the third row, we'll just keep repeating from the first row and the second row all the way until we're done. Alright guys, so I wanted to take a quick break and talk to you guys about weight. We've gotten a lot of questions about how much weight we're adding and if we are keeping that in mind, and the answer is simply yes, we are keeping that in mind. Weight is always a first priority when it comes to adding and removing things from our RV renovations. So real quick, this garage space that we are renovating is rated for about 4,000 pounds of equipment back here, so that is quite a bit of weight to be kind of working with. When it comes to the subfloor tiles that we are putting in, each tile is about 5 pounds. We're putting in about 26 of them. that equals to about 130 pounds. So you can see that we're well within our weight limits, and we haven't really added heavy things back here. Now we do have a washer and dryer that we have kind of in queue to have back here, but again, it's been rated to have those machines back here given the weight circumstances and the weight restrictions.
We also took out the seats in the lift.
The dinette seats.
Oh my, those things weigh 1,000,000 pounds.
Those were quite heavy.
There's no way the floor weighs more than those things do.
But so, just to answer your questions about weight, yes, we are always thinking about the weight that we're putting in and taking out and making sure that we are within our weight restrictions for our particular RV.
Yep. So far, let's see, we're an hour and 20 minutes in. If I had any tips, it's pretty easy. We've laid floor in our past RV, 0 experience. This is very similar. You just kind of put it down, knock it in place. There's really not that much to it other than elbow grease. So I don't know, maybe it's an afternoon project. It's not so bad.
Well, at this point, we have it all done. How long did it take?
All back together. We started taking things out of the room at 3, and it is now 5:05.
Whoa. 5:05, so just under 2 hours. So...
Yeah. 2 hours. But that's from doing nothing to done with everything.
It's a super simple project, wouldn't you say? It's pretty easy. All right, so the panels that we use today in our subfloor are the dry core 2x2x1 R+ insulated subfloor panels. Woo!
Wow, that was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
So if you're interested in these, we did pick them up from Home Depot. We actually had to order them and pick them up from the store.
But they are in stock in most Home Depots.
So just do your square footage. They do have all the information you need online. And that way you can kind of figure out how many tiles you'll need. We ended up using only 24 out of the 26 that we ordered.
Well, they say you need about 30% waste, just like any sort of tiles. And it's a really square room, so we didn't have any, which is amazing. But plan for about 30%, depending on your rim type.
But now we don't feel those anchoring struts in our floor. It's a really nice even surface, and it's a great subfloor to put either vinyl plank flooring on top of, carpet on top of, tile on top of.
Hardwood. I mean, this is good for a house, but I think it'll be great here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a whole year to probably see it in the winter.
Yeah.
Because our feet got so cold, we had to wear shoes or something in the house just to keep them warm. But this is going to be awesome.
And that's why we went with the insulated panels to begin with. So it does add a little bit of cushion to the floor, which is really nice. But yeah. And
the only downside is probably 100 pounds and an inch less in height of the room. But I mean, I can't even reach the ceiling anyway. So what difference does it make? I think it's great.
Yeah. So if you're looking to redo the floor in your toy hauler garage, definitely look into these panels. Again, they're the dry core panels from Home Depot. R+ insulated ones. They do have a couple of variations, but these are the ones we went with.
So in the next few videos, we're looking at different carpet. We're looking at mounting our washer and dryer set, which we haven't seen on any other setups or configurations. So we're really excited about sharing what we've done for a washer dryer. And then we have our custom bed being made.
That's really exciting because it's been like, what, like 8-10 months since we've had a proper bed.
Oh man. Well, yeah, we'll get into that in that video. I don't know which one's going to be next, so subscribe to see which one will come out next for those.
And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
All right, guys. See you on the road. Bye.